Joy, and I'm back with a muffin recipe for you guys. This is called the pecan pie muffins, but I'm making walnut pie muffins. So, same recipe, only one ingredient different on them. The first thing we're going to do is put 1 cup packed brown sugar into my bowl here. And I'm just opening up my brown sugar when I thought, oh, I should video this for you guys. This is one of my favorite breakfasts in the morning. And I'm going to be cutting the butter down. Normally it's 2/3 a cup of softened butter, but I melt my butter. So because I melt it, it'll take less butter. And so I'm going to try 8 tablespoons, which is a half a cup. So we're going to try it today. We can't in one find out. I need to up my butter again. So I'm just packing my brown sugar into my cup that's sitting in my bowl, so if I lose any sugar, I'm catching it in the bowl and have a chance to salvage the situation. Because if you're like me and you do things the hard way, you find this out the hard way all the time, right? Wow, I could have said, you know, you lose so much ingredient that way. Okay, almost there. But yeah, this is, my mom loves pecan pies, and I don't like pecan pie. So I one time seen this recipe, and I'm like, wonder if I'd like that. I looked over it, and I'm like, I don't see why I wouldn't like that. Which is odd, because I hate pecan pie, but I was like, I don't know why I wouldn't like this pecan pie muffin. So I decided to give it a try. And I did. Okay, now I'm going to add a half cup of all-purpose flour to that. Let me go grab my flour. I tried it, and it turned out to be really good. So I'm going to put my flour into my cup. And that's a half cup, it looks like. Okay. And now we're going to mix that together a little bit. Then we're going to add, I've already preheated my oven to 350. I'm going to add in, after I kind of mix that together, I will usually use my hands to mix the two, but today I'm going to use a fork. Anyway, so this is one of our 2 favorite go-to muffins in the morning, other than the ones that are pre-made in the store. We like, it's called That's So Good, I think is the brand name. I'd have to look it up. Anyway, it's sold at our Hy-Vee, and we like the chocolate chip, the apple cinnamon, and the lemon poppy seed of those. But if I've not got those on hand and I've got ingredients, I like to mix up, and I actually, even when I do have those on hand, I sometimes like to mix up these muffins, because these muffins usually last me a couple days, and whereas those, there's only 6 of them, so it's one day. Mom gets 1 or 2, depending on how she's feeling, and I get the rest. If it's chocolate chip, I can eat the whole thing. No joke. I made some Kool-Aid today, so excuse me just a moment. Okay, now we're going to do 1 cup of chopped walnuts in here. If you wanted to, you could do chopped pecans instead. And this does have a measuring cup. And we never really clean our thing except for when it's super obvious that it needs clean. We eat all sorts of nuts in this house, so I know, probably you're going to tell me the oils and that. Yeah, I do know. My house, my rules, your house, your rules. And then my rules when I go to somebody else's house are different than my rules in my own home. What I will and won't eat is different depending on the person's house. Fun with that. It looks like I had enough in this bag to do it. So I'm just chopping them up really finely. It just says chopped pecans or walnuts. So you could get by with just buying the bag and using it the way it is. But I like mine almost powdery because of the fact that some people in my house, especially me, have teeth problems. So. And also, Mindy, who's not a nut eater, has had these and actually liked them too. I'm back from more the day she had them, so this is a very good recipe. try to share a picture at the end of how they look. Obviously, I'm not going to get on camera and give you my opinion because I'm telling you my opinion right now. And that's just under a cup. So I'm going to open up and take just a few more. And like I said, I've made these as pecan muffins and as the pecan pie muffins and as the walnut. And both are good. The walnut's a little less, it's a subtler, it's got more of a subtle flavor than the pecan does. But I like that, and also it doesn't seem to bug our stomachs quite the same way the pecans do sometimes. So with Mom having had some issues the last couple weeks, I'm kind of leaning toward the walnuts sound good. Plus I haven't had them in a few months, so. Okay, so that's 1 cup of nuts we're going to throw into there. That's beautiful. Anyway, now I'm going to kind of mix that in. Then we're going to add in our butter and 2 eggs beaten. So I'm just going to add the butter. It's melty, not totally melted. I did 1 stick. I made these a couple weeks ago, and that's when I decided, oh, I need to cut this down a little bit if I'm going to melt my butter. Or make it less, less solid than just softened. Right now, I am softening up cream cheese for another recipe I'm going to share with you guys in another video. It's one of my favorite desserts that I got from a cookbook that I'll share with you guys in that video. But anyway, this I got online. I don't remember the website, but I found it through Pinterest. So I go to Pinterest for a lot of recipes. Okay, now, since I need that for other recipes, I'm going to take the bowl that I have my butter in, and I'm going to crack my eggs into that. This is how I do things. Crazy girl, crazy girl. Okay, so it's 2 eggs slightly beaten. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of take my fork and kind of beat that a little bit and pour that in. I'm going to incorporate that one real quick. Just kind of give it a quick stir. Okay. Now I'm going to crack another egg. Nope, not that one. Okay, now we're going to take the fork and slightly beat this one. And we're going to add it in with this. Get a little more of the butter that way. Okay, now I'm going to set that over there. So now I'm just going to mix this up. And then I'm going to put it in lined lined muffin pans. I lined a 12 pan with paper liners. I do 2 liners on my muffins most of the time because a lot of times it makes it easier to get them out at the end of the cooking process when you're ready to eat them. I learned that from the Hannah Swenson books that I read, the murder mysteries that I read. Okay, so here's what that looks like all mixed together. Now we're going to just put them, evenly distribute them into this, which I should have really got my spoon out for that, but oh well, we'll make work. This makes about 12 of them, so it makes a couple days for Mom and I. These muffins do. And they're excellent, both warm and cold. I really do like them both ways. So you could even make them the night before and have them in the morning, and they'd be really good with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Mom can't have tea right now because we did do her Miralax in her hot tea when we were doing the Miralax, and now Mom's body kind of associates hot tea with that, I think. So we kind of had to back off of that tea. That's why I gave her Kool-Aid this morning, so that maybe she wouldn't be bugging me for tea. Anyway, I'm a horrible daughter. Comment down below if you agree. And Mom's like, why? I don't think you're horrible. I think you're awesome. My mom has nothing bad to say about any of her kids, including the one that doesn't talk to the family. Yeah, she might say a couple negatives about him, but no, I'm kidding. My mom doesn't. She's just like, I don't understand it, but that is life. Okay, those look pretty decently evened out. I have a few that are bigger than others, but I like to do that anyway because I like the bigger muffins for me, and we give Mom the smaller muffins because she doesn't eat as much as I do anymore. Just because her appetite's not as big as it was. That happens to older people. And anybody who's ever taken care of somebody is probably going, oh yeah, that definitely happens. So, okay, we're going to call that good. Now I'm going to throw them in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. So, with that said, I'm going to end this video and get to the next video. I hope you all enjoyed this, seeing my breakfast choice today. Don't forget to comment other suggestions or if I'm a horrible daughter or not. I'm actually a pretty good daughter.
You take good care of them.
Mom says I take good care of her. My siblings pretty much say the same thing. Okay, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day filled with lots of love and laughter, and I hope your saddest day in the future is only as sad as your happiest day in the past. But if it isn't, I hope that you have the strength to get through it. Bye, guys.